What's up, Sooner fans? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Hey, before we get going with this video, make sure you go to the fanstop.com. When you get there, look at these shirts, officially licensed national championship shirts. You got the four-peat gray shirt. You got the crimson shirt, which is the national championship shirt. The links are in the description of this video, so make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to have videos galore as everything's heating up. Make sure you're subscribed and you turn on those notifications, and you'll be notified every time we go live or we send a video out. All right, Hunter, first portal commitment for Oklahoma out of the transfer portal for softball, and it is Isabela Emerling out of North Carolina, redshirt sophomore, so she has 2 years eligibility left, set out her first year due to injury. As far as her ability at catcher, it's a need. Oh, you needed a catcher. And you also look at it. Really good power. Led North Carolina in home runs this past season with 14. Also led the Tar Heels in RBIs. She had 53 RBIs, which is tied for the 5th most in program history in a single season. So she's got some pop, Hunter.
Yeah, the Go Boomer tweet first of what would assume to be many Go Boomer tweets over the next month or so as visits are taking place for the transfer portal and all that. That happened this morning, and at about 5:50-ish this evening, Emerling makes it official that she is committing to the Sooners. And that's you mentioned it, a spot of need for Oklahoma. I mean, you're replacing a 4-year starter at catcher, arguably the greatest catcher in OU history. You can make the argument for college softball history and Kinsey Hansen with how much she accomplished over the 4 years. So you're getting one of the top transfer portal catchers available. I mean, almost perfect fielding percentage behind the plate at .984. Batted .323 last year. You mentioned the 14 home runs. Oh, by the way, that's more than Kinsey Hansen had in 2024. She only had 13. So a really good addition for Patty Gasso and the Sooners.
Yeah, and you look at her first year as she played there in North Carolina. I mean, how about your first hit being a grand slam? That's what Isabela's first career hit was, a grand slam. Unbelievable. She's had a game where she's thrown out 2 runners. I mean, like you said, Hunter, fielding percentage is really good. She's got a strong arm. She's got power, which, we've talked about players with average, but I also think it's important, to get players with that pop. And she's definitely got that for Oklahoma. Really good eye at the plate as well. I believe she led the team in walks as well. So that's a positive. But all in all, we've talked about how the Sooners needed a catcher probably with some experience with what you have coming in. You got 2 really talented freshmen coming in, but have never played college ball. This gives you another option that has played college ball and has done very well at it. And so it gives you that option, hey, to maybe help these young catchers kind of develop. And, there's probably going to be games where they're playing multiple. Like they did last year with Ludlam, with EH or whatever. There's options, but I think it was very pivotal that Oklahoma get a catcher out of the portal, and this is a great addition. Also for the pitching staff, Hunter, young pitching staff, great addition.
Yeah, veteran catcher, again, 2 years of eligibility remaining there. I will be shocked if Isabela Emerling is not starting basically every single game. Over 2 years at North Carolina, only missed 5 games started. That's pretty impressive. That's playing almost every single day. And I think most of the starts she also plays a little bit of infield, but I think most of the starts for Oklahoma are going to be behind the plate because, again, I mean, the other options are 2 freshmen, which are very talented freshmen, 2 of the top freshman catchers in the country, according to all of the recruiting sites out there. But that's a lot to ask for a true freshman to be starting at Oklahoma day one. So, again, that's a very good addition for Oklahoma, somebody who's played and started a lot of games that, I mean, is over a 300 hitter. You mentioned the walks. 23 walks last year, only 35 strikeouts. So has a good eye at the plate and has a really good fielding percentage with very few mistakes made behind the plate.
Yeah, and we had talked about uh, possibly Kaylee Wyckoff out of the portal at catcher, but Isabela Emerling, kind of, I would say, kind of under the radar a little bit for this edition. But man, when you look at her stats and her ability, excellent. I mean, Hunter, I think when you mentioned in 2 years, 4 games she has not started, that's very impressive, especially as a freshman and a sophomore, or a redshirt freshman and sophomore. I think that's even more impressive. And it the other real positive of this is playing in a good conference. ACC, I mean, Duke, Clemson. I mean, you got some Florida State, some really good softball programs over there that she's played against and played well against. And so I think that's huge, as well as Oklahoma moves in the SEC, the best conference in softball, to get somebody that's played in a good conference and played against really elite competition. I mean, let's face facts. OU's going to get the best. OU wants to get the best. They're going to get the best. And Isabella Emerling's a huge addition to Patty.
Yeah, and one thing that I noticed looking just at stats for Isabella Emerling is, I mean, the improvement she made from her first year of starting in 2023 redshirt freshman year to the redshirt sophomore year last year. I mean, as a redshirt freshman, she batted 179. That's struggling. Her defense was making up for it. I mean, a 985 fielding percentage behind the plate. That will keep you in the lineup when your bat's not helping you out much. And then to go from with 6 home runs that year to then 323, 14 home runs, and continue to excel behind the plate. I mean, that's a big time improvement. That's something. I mean, if it's a steady improvement even into year 3 or so, I mean, that you're talking possibly up to the 350 area. You're giving her JT Gasso, regarded by many as the top hitting coach in the country. And then again, with that pitching staff, you have Kirsten Deal, who's, I mean, looking as of right now to be the ace for the staff. Peyton Monticelli looking to get an uptick in innings this year, and then the freshman Audrey Lowry. So 3 young pitchers that still haven't had a lot of innings pitched, looking to take an increased role. Getting a veteran behind the plate is going to help a lot.
Well said, Hunter. And also really smart. I mean, 2023 all academic team and double major with a minor. That's pretty impressive. Uh, that's a lot. So very smart player, very cerebral, I'm sure. A huge addition for Oklahoma for the first portal commitment for Oklahoma, Isabella Emerling. Thanks for watching the video. We'll have more information and more content as soon as we hear anything else on any other portal entries. Till next time, guys. Boomer.